Hello and welcome to Studio 1X2, Football's home away from home. This is where we draw the game's beautiful picture for you. I'm your host, Tom Bwana, and we have Gladys Midecha back in studio. Glado, this has become your second home.
Clearly, with my brothers in football, this is home.
Just been brazoned here. And the Oracle is in studio. Our resident football expert, former Kenya international, Bonnie Ambani. Bonnie, you okay?
I'm fine, brother.
We just been brazoned here, yeah, brother. Last week, Bonnie told us that wheat will be separated from the chaff, and we only have 4 left in the tournament. Spain needed penalties against a resilient Swiss side to book their place in the semi-final. Their opponents, Italy, did away with the tournament favorites Belgium, and are looking increasingly likely to go all the way. Denmark secured their spot in the last 4 with a hard-fought win against Czech Republic. England picked up from where they left off in the last 16 with a 4-0 drubbing of Ukraine. The Three Lions are yet to consider goal in the tournament and look like a team bringing it home. What did you guys make of the quarterfinals, starting from Switzerland versus Spain?
It's a tough match, but at the end of the day, Spain sailed through. So I definitely knew that these guys are going to the finals.
What did you make of the 1-1 then Spain winning on penalties?
I think Switzerland were really pushing their luck. Just because you finished one match, especially a tough match against a very resilient France, you've gone to penalties, you've won. I don't think they should have taken that gamble and still pushed it towards going that direction because, of course, they had more tired legs compared to Spain. And, the thing about Spain is that they started this competition so slowly. Now they're building up, and it's like towards every game they're going. Even Morata is now beginning to look special.
He's now getting goals.
He's getting goals.
Let's get to the big game, Italy versus Belgium. We thought Belgium with their squad, they will run riot over Italy.
Who thought?
I thought.
You need to correct yourself.
I told you guys, Belgium with their squad, excellent squad, but they're playing Italians. This is a team that all the time, you look at their records in all competitions, the team has always come on top of everything. So definitely, I just knew Belgium are going home. And I said it, and everybody was like, how?
Are you shocked that Italy beat Belgium?
No, I'm not, because if you look at Italy, again, coming into this competition, they had not conceded so many goals. And still, up to now, after England, they are the team that have conceded less goals. So they do know what they're doing. And according to me, the Italians are the only team that have something I call in football a spine.
Let's look at Denmark versus Czech Republic. Denmark has shocked everyone from a fast false start, and now they're in this stage. Denmark versus Czech Republic. What did you make of that game, Bonnie?
That's a team that I should say is very resilient. If you look at the squad, they started on the wrong footing, but at the end of the day, they're finishing on the high. So to me, it's a team that is still playing for Eriksen, and I'm sure they'll go all the way.
Gladys, Czech Republic played all the teams that you can think are big teams. Then coming to Denmark, we all thought they would walk over Denmark.
I think this is a game that they overthought, their coach overthought. They were doing too much, and that cost them. For Denmark, they were just playing as a team. That's just it, as a team.
It's the teamwork that counted here.
Yeah, for Czech, it was just too much.
Ukraine versus England, 4-0. England winning 4-0. Finally, the English get to score proper goals. Bonnie, what did you make of this?
Ukraine did not show up for that much.
They didn't show up.
I didn't expect that from them, but I thought maybe they could push England to the wire, but they were not there. First 4 minutes, they already conceded a goal. Yeah. And then they come up second half. I thought maybe after holding England for almost 45 minutes,
they'll put up a challenge.
And then the second minute, they conceded a goal in the second half. So after that, I just knew that they're out of that.
Gladys, did you think Ukraine showed up against England?
No, they didn't. In fact, in my opinion, that was the most boring match I watched the entire Euro. Ukraine was so classic. They just came, sat back, the very deep defending. That is something I was expecting from them. And I think they were hoping that they would do the counter-attacks. But I'm telling you, the moment they scored, they conceded that goal. And the moment Harry Maguire added the second in the second half, they were completely out of the game. They had a few moments of brilliance, but nothing much. But honestly, I'm not surprised they went home. They were so lackluster.
We now have teams that are getting into the semi-finals. We've seen the big names drop throughout the tournament, and now from the ones left, allegiances have to be made. Let's see who you think will move one step closer to the international glory. It's time for Bonnie's best bet. Wembley will host both semi-finals with all emotions channeled to the 4 teams battling it out for a chance to make it to the final. Spain and Italy take to the field today with the Spaniards counting their lucky stars after penalty shootout win against a Swiss team that will feel they deserved something more after coming from 1 goal down and playing with 10 men for a better part of the game. Italy has had a fairly smooth run in the tournament and will have the neutral switching allegiances after their impressive 2-1 win against Belgium. The Italians will miss the services of the impressive Leonardo Spinazzola, who was injured during the tie. What do you guys make of this game? Italy versus Spain, Gladys.
Tom, in my opinion, this is the final before the final. I mean, I don't know why it's coming so early. It's just
should have been the final.
It should have been the final. I mean, but this is going to be one very, very tough match. I don't know where the stakes are going to lie, but I'm going to go with Italy. They've been very solid throughout this campaign. They're looking very, very good. And I know I'm going to break a few hearts, but seriously, I think Spain have just, scraped their way through this tournament, and somehow they're finding themselves in this
semi-final
position. I don't understand how. The gods of football must be with them.
Bonnie, this is a Spanish side that has more or less cheated death. Knockout stages, they couldn't do the job in 90 minutes. Quarterfinals, they couldn't do the job in 90 minutes. They're at the semi-finals, and they're meeting an Italian fortress. What happens here?
Tough match between the 2 teams.
Yeah.
But for real, look at Spain. They have scrapped themselves from the group stages up to where they are. People are definitely writing them off. But at the end of the day, they are in the semis.
You're still confident?
Yeah, definitely. And they're facing Italians.
Yeah.
The Italians have already shown some cracks in their defense. So definitely that's something that Spain are going to build on. And to me, Morata, after squeezing 1 or 2 goals there, they are definitely
finally starting to score goals.
Finally starting to score goals
at the right time.
Definitely. So exactly the
But
right
Tom,
time. So to me,
Tom,
I give it to the Spaniards.
No, but Tom, let's when he's talking about the Spaniards scoring, my problem is that they have to wait for so long to do it. On this other hand, we look at the Italians who are making sure that they're getting the job done by 90 minutes. My problem, and my biggest problem that I have with the Spanish squad is that as much as they can score goals, they're also soaking in so many goals.
Yes.
And this will be a problem for them. If they take their tired legs all the way to after extra time, I am definitely giving it to the Italians. We will be singing Bellissimo, Bellissimo.
Are you counting on the experience of the Bonuccis of this world?
Yes.
The Chiellini.
The Immobile. I'm
You're getting the Italian accents now. Let me look at your predictions for this game. For Italy versus Spain, Gladys, you went for a 2-1 win for Italians. Bonnie, as expected, you went for a Spanish victory, 2-1. So all of you are seeing a goal in this game. No problem. The second semi-final pits England against Denmark. England topped their group and have shown consistent quality in the tournament, not letting in any goal and seeing Harry Kane pick form with 2 goals in the last match. The 3 Lions made it easy work of Ukraine, and Wembley will be in the high spirits ahead of their last 4 tie. Denmark has been one of the biggest tournament surprises, and they won't be pushovers. They lost their first 2 group games, but have since shown class and grit. Bonnie, do you think the Danes have any chance against England?
Wow, it's a tough call, huh? But at the end of the day, let me thank the Danish from where they came from after scrapping off all this, shaking off Christian Eriksen scare up to where they are. They have done a great job. But now they're facing an English side
that is motivated.
That's motivated.
Playing at home.
Playing at home. And the English side, they have that history also behind them. The World Cup, they lost in the semis. They wouldn't want again to lose in the semis. So this time it's coming home.
So we have an English side that for a long time has been tagged as quarter-finalists. Then now they move a step further. World Cup in Russia, they lost at the semi-finals. We are at the semi-finals. Do you think they're going to mark time at the semi-finals for a few tournaments before they can get to the finals?
First and foremost, I'd like to give props to Southgate. He's been absolutely surprising me in this tournament. The one thing that I like about this English team that they've done from the beginning is they're making sure they get the job done. They might not play the best football, but for them, they're just getting the results. If you look at their journey, they started slow, just like the Spanish team, but for them, they're actually scoring goals and they've not conceded a goal. So this fixture is favoring them very, very much. But as you said, let's not look at this Danish side and feel that they have nothing to give. I think they have plenty to give.
Let's look at your predictions for this game at the semi-finals. England versus Denmark. Ooh, you all went for an English drubbing of Denmark. England to beat Denmark 3-0, according to Gladys. Bonnie is seeing England beating Denmark 2-0. If that happens, it will be the first time a team is getting to the finals without conceding a goal. Will that not be history?
It will be history and it will be great for England because they need that kind of confidence to actually make sure that this time it is just not, a hashtag it's coming home, that it is actually happening for them. So a win for them will be absolutely vital, very, very important for them. And if you ask me, I don't think they're going to take this match lightly. The one thing I've liked about them, they're taking it, a match at a time as it's coming. They're focusing on that game. So for me, I am actually shocked that we've agreed. I am very shocked that we've agreed.
Bonnie, finally, Jadon Sancho played a game. So getting into the semi-finals, do you think he'd be considered for this game?
Yeah, definitely. I hope Saka maybe
rested.
Rested.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he has actually shaken up from his injury.
Yeah.
But to me, I think Jadon Sancho, he gave a good account of himself.
Yeah.
And then given that it's a match that he started for the first time and the team won convincingly.
Yeah.
So definitely with some footwork, I saw some good footwork, some good movement, some good runs. So to me, definitely I give it a chance.
He's a great guy, good player, great dribbles, as Boniface has said. But however, my only problem will be that I don't think he's fit enough to start this match. If Saka has shaken off his injury, it'll be very good for him to start. I mean, he's been excellent in this tournament. It'll just give the Danes some room on their right side because, I mean, Walker was not very convincing for me in their previous match. So I am a bit worried about it. But, well, let's just see how it goes.
Time will be the only differentiator today. At the end of 90 minutes or 120 minutes, we will have two nations battling for European glory. As they get into game mode, we are also putting on our game face here. Gladys, are you ready for the skills challenge?
Why do you surprise me like this? Why do you do this to me?
Be ever ready. At Studio One next to you, must be ready.
I am ready.
Let's do this. Gladys, the last time you were here, you had an injury, but still managed to complete the skills challenge.
Yes.
Today, we have clearance from your doctor and your coach that you've shaken off your injury and you're ready for the challenge. Ready for that?
Yes.
Very good. So today, we're going to give you a no-look penalty. We want you to take a no-look penalty. At the goal here, we have a very confident goalkeeper, static as he may be, and you are not supposed to hit him. The ball is supposed to be scored on either sides of the goalkeeper. So you're going to turn away from the goal and make it count. Here, you have a coach who's going to give you the moral and all the support that you need. Coach, is your player ready?
Yeah, I guess she's ready from her look.
He's not even
ready,
confident.
And I'm sure she's going to do it.
Let's do it.
Wait, no stretching, no nothing?
No stretching. So you look away from the goal and give it one proper hit.
Okay.
Let's see if you're ready for this. Let's do it. And that's Gladys nearly got it.
I pulled a Kylian.
That's a Kylian Mbappe again. The leopard is showing us how far her skill level can go. For now, I'm finding my way to the Wembley Stadium virtually though, because I don't want to miss the skills that will be on show today. I just wanna be free. Play the easiest jackpot coupon in Kenya, the Daily Special Jackpot. 500,000 shillings, 15 bob stake and 9 games with crazily low odds. Check out the games on betsafe.co.ke. We get to know the first Euro 2020 finalist tonight. Thank you so much, Gladys, for coming to the show.
Always a pleasure.
And as always, our master tactician, Bonnie Ambani, asante sana.
Nashukuru bwana.
Thank you for tuning in, and let's meet here for the final. You know how we do it. Ekelea 1x2.